Hey, welcome back to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm Karen and I'm here again with another pick a card reading. So this reading is, what is this person dying to tell you? What do they really, really want you to know? But for whatever reason, they feel as though they cannot tell you at this time. So in this reading, we're going to look at the tarot cards. We're going to look at my oracle deck, which is called Our Eternal Love, with the channeled messages on. And we're also going to be pulling messages out of the bag as well. So I have a question for you. Are you tired of attracting unavailable men or women, people that are emotionally unavailable or don't treat you right, or who aren't there for you 100%? You can't depend upon them. They're hot and cold. They're in and out of your life. Are you sick and tired of attracting those kind of situationships that never get off the ground? If so, then I have created a meditation which is perfect for overcoming this vibration, overcoming this pattern, so that you attract someone who is truly there for you. You attract your soulmate, your twin flame, whoever is for your highest good. So this meditation is called You Deserve Great Love. And in this meditation, I look really deeply into why we sometimes get caught up in this cycle, in this pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable people. I look into the childhood or inner child wounds that are often playing out in those kind of situationships, and how we can really heal those within ourselves, really change our vibration, really know our worth on a really deep level, so that we attract someone else on the outside who also knows our worth and is available and ready and wanting a happy, healthy relationship. So the You Deserve Great Love meditation is perfect for anyone who is ready to step out of that negative cycle of attracting situationships and is ready for a real, grounded, healthy relationship. So this can attract your soulmate. It can attract your twin flame. It may attract a relationship with this person that you already have in mind. But if it's not part of your soul contract to be with this specific person, it will get you into the right vibration to attract the person who is destined for you, the person who is for your highest good. So that meditation is called You Deserve Great Love, and all the details for that are below this video in the description box. So please check that out. Thank you. So in today's reading, we have 3 sets of cards. Set of cards number 1 is the red crystal. Set of cards number 2 is a pink crystal. And set of cards number 3 is the amber. So I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies of the cards, and it is fine to be drawn to more than one set of cards. You can pause the video right now, but I'll also leave a few quiet moments. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So welcome to set of cards number 1. You've chosen the red crystal. So what is this person dying to tell you? Or what are they dying for you to know? What do they really wish you knew, but for whatever reason they feel they cannot tell you? So we have the Mermaid Tarot, the Oceanic Tarot, the Gypsies Oracle cards, the Our Eternal Love channeled messages cards, and then we're also going to be looking into these messages in the bag as well. So what are they dying to tell you? What do they really wish you would know? I'm going to start off with these ones. The 7 of Cups, possibility. The 7 of Swords, loss. The 5 of Cups, sadness. Strength, stability. And the 7 of Pentacles, potential. So there's 3 sevens here. So I pulled out the Mermaid Tarot to clarify. So clarifying the Seven of Cups or possibility is the Lovers. Clarifying the Seven of Swords or loss is the Queen of Wands. Clarifying the Five of Cups or sadness is the Tower. Clarifying strength or stability is the Ten of Pentacles. And clarifying the Seven of Pentacles or potential is the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, so from the Gypsies Oracle cards we have melancholy, sighs, sorrow. Wow, they all look similar. Reunion and money. Wow. Melancholy, sighs. That reminds me of the Five of Cups card, which has come out as well. Sadness, sorrow, reunion and money. I can't handle such a deeply spiritual connection at this time. I miss what we had in the past. I often reminisce about those times. I was wearing a mask to keep you in my life. I didn't realize it was keeping us apart. And I'm embarrassed about my actions. I wouldn't be able to look you in the eye. Okay, so then we'll pull out these messages a little bit later on as well. Wow, so what does this person really want you to know? They are feeling extremely sad. There's so many cards about sadness, sorrow. There's sorrow, sighs, melancholy, sadness, loss. Wow. They're really missing you. They have some regrets, is what I'm feeling as well. So the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords, they are feeling so much sadness right now because they feel that there was always this possibility of things developing further between you both. But they're feeling at this time that there's a loss of that possibility, or there may be a loss of that possibility of things developing further in your connection. And that's why they're feeling sadness. This Five of Cups is often about loss as well. Seven of Swords is normally about, in these intense connections, it can often be about running away, running away from difficulties, or in this case I feel it's like running away from the intensity of this connection, because we have I can't handle such a deeply spiritual connection at this time, and it's led to some kind of loss. It may have led to a Tower moment. They're hoping and praying for stability, strength, and that's clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. And reunion is under that as well. Ten of Pentacles is that happy relationship. Potential. Okay, so we start off with possibility. They're worried. They're feeling a lot of sadness that they may have missed out on an opportunity, or they're worried that there may not be a possibility for things to ground and become more real, or have a deeper commitment between you. But then the energies are that they're hoping that there will be stability and strength, like your connection can endure whatever's happened, and they're hoping that there will be a potential for things to grow despite whatever's happened, some kind of loss. So yeah, maybe in the past, this Seven of Cups, they had a lot of daydreams, or they had a lot of dreams, or their goals, or their fantasies, you know, their aspirations were to be with you in this reunion with this Lovers card. And there's sadness. Sorry, there's melancholy underneath that. I feel as though this person is, it's almost like they're sitting at home, you know, especially with what's going on in the world right now. Or maybe they're out in nature, but they're feeling very lonely. They're feeling intensely sad is what I'm feeling. They may even be crying about you. There's the Five of Cups, which is about, you know, it normally shows the person focusing on 3 cups that are spilled over, the contents is lost. But then there's 2 cups standing upright behind them, and they either don't realize that there's still potential for your connection to turn into the 2 of Cups, which is a happy, balanced partnership, or they do realize that there is a potential still for stability to come into your connection. But they're really, really like down, depressed about this right now. If they're in lockdown, then perhaps this is all coming up to the surface because they've had a lot of time to think and they're feeling isolated from people around them, their normal day-to-day activities. So they've gone inwards a lot. But yeah, they're feeling really, really sad that there may not be a possibility for you to turn into this lover's energy. I feel like they're feeling a lot of passion for you, like they want to be lovers in terms of sexually, but also, you know, they want a reunion. They feel that you are the one for them. And then there's the loss, the 7 of Swords, or running away from this Queen of Wands. So they're seeing you as the Queen of Wands. They may see you as someone who has got your life together in many ways. I feel like there's intimidation here because this is often the running away card. Running away from your energy. I see you as someone that has this really strong energy. Very magnetic. I do feel that they have a lot of desire for you. Queen of Wands. And she's kind of flirty in this card. And yeah, there's the Lion of the Strength. The Strength card often has that lion in. And so you have this very strong, powerful energy. There's a ship here as well. So that's talking about the water representing emotions. You're very deeply emotional. In terms of you have like that emotional stability is what I'm feeling. And I feel like you made them feel emotionally all over the place, and that's why they would kind of run away or hide away, because they couldn't handle such a deeply spiritual connection, such a deep, intense emotional connection. And again, this is like that 5 of Swords, the sides. It's like the widow. There's been a loss of some kind of dynamic, because we have, I miss what we had in the past. I often reminisce about those times. So yeah, this person really wanted things to happen between you, but at the same time, they felt extremely intimidated, and I feel like that made them shy away from being open and upfront and fully available for this connection to move forward. So there was a loss, there was a tower moment. Maybe you know, felt like your dreams of this connection was shattered. I feel like you're both feeling that way, because these are all like feminine cards as well. So you felt a lot of sorrow. It could be something to do with wanting to receive communication, because in this size card, it's like she's holding a letter or a photo, and in this sorrow one, she's holding a letter. You may have heard some kind of news in the past, or it could be in the present for some of you, which created that tower moment. Maybe something came to light, because that 7 of Swords can kind of well, can often represent like deception. So maybe some kind of deception came up. This person really wants you to know that they were wearing a mask to keep you in their life. You know, they didn't feel good enough for you. They saw you as the Queen of Wands. There's something about money here as well. Maybe they see you as having money. Ten of Pentacles, the money card. Maybe they felt as though they're not stable financially or something like that as well. That may be a factor in it for some of them. But they want you to know that they regret what's happened, basically. It's what I'm feeling. They regret that Tower moment. They didn't realize that wearing a mask was actually keeping you apart, or they didn't realize that wearing a mask was going to create that Tower moment. They believed that wearing a mask and trying to impress you in some kind of way was going to keep you attracted to them, keep you in their life. And I feel like it did for a while, but then there needed to be a transformation. There needed to be much more honesty and being upfront. And this person, they just really want you to know that they realize the mistakes that they made on their part. Like I always say though, it could be mirroring. In a lot of these intense connections, it is mirroring, where, you know, on the Tower card, it normally shows two towers. It could be that you are both behind walls, you're both behind masks. Maybe you were playing some kind of role, trying to be seductive or make out you were more confident than what you really felt, and you were wearing some mask in that kind of way. Maybe they felt like they had to try and live up to that and make out in a way that they were kind of flirty and popular, the ladies or the guys or whatever. Strength. They want you to know that they do want you to come together in this reunion. They do want to reach out. They do want to make things right. Ten of Pentacles is being a good provider. It's having that healthy relationship, a grounded, tangible relationship. 10 is the conclusion card, and strength. They want you to know that they want to have the strength to come forward. 7 of Pentacles, potential. 3 of Wands in reverse. And money. This person, they may be focusing on their career or something like that to try and distract themselves from all this sorrow. Three of Wands is like waiting for the ships to come in. They may be worried that they missed this opportunity, that they missed the boat. The boat came in, you came in with an offer. They hesitated for too long, and then you've gone your separate way again. I feel like this person is still waiting. I feel like they're confused because they may be like, how is this going to work out? Like, they deeply love you, but it's like there's a lot of complications. There's a lot of fears. There's, I don't know, maybe it's like on a soul level, you're both really connected. You're from the same soul family, or your soulmates, or your twin flames, or something like that. So in these higher dimensions, energetically, you're so connected and you're always thinking about each other. But maybe on the surface level, on this earth plane, in this lifetime, with the human characteristics and the social conditioning, the fears, the wounds, maybe they feel as though it's just not working out, or you're incompatible at this time. This person is confused because they're like, They don't know how to hold in this amount of love and then not have it ground into something real. But at the same time, there's a lot of wounds and fears that can't just be, brushed under the carpet. All these things need to be healed. I'm embarrassed about my actions. I won't be able to look you in the eyes. So that this person's done some things that they feel kind of humiliated about, and they regret that. But this may also be why they're kind of hiding in the shadows at this time, because they do feel intimidated by you. That I feel like this person may struggle to look you in the eyes anyway, but then, if they feel like they've made a fool out of themselves, then it's kind of making this self-consciousness even more intense. But they're definitely missing what you had in the past. They're reminiscing about those times, but they're finding it really hard to, this deep spiritual connection is about looking inwards, discovering yourself. It's about aligning with your true authentic self and really embodying that. And I feel as though you can see through their masks, you see their true self, and they're so drawn to that. They feel really understood by you, but at the same time, that's what scares them the most as well, because they're afraid to look in the mirror. They're afraid of you seeing their vulnerabilities. So let's look into these messages in the bag. What do they really want you to know? Yeah, trying to impress you. This was the mask that they were wearing. They were trying to impress you. So they may have seen you as this very magnetic, attractive, confident person, strong, capable person. And they didn't feel that way. They didn't feel like they could match up to that. And so the mask that they were wearing was to try and impress you in some kind of way, but they weren't being their true self. So I've mentioned this before in previous readings, but this reminds me of Aladdin, where Aladdin gets the genie to make him appear to be a prince so that he can marry the princess and make out like socially he's on the same level as her, because deep down he thinks he's not good enough for her and she wouldn't love him for the real him. And then, she finds out, if they'd got together and he was still pretending to be a prince, it would create a huge wedge between them, because he was basically lying. He could never be his true self with her. And so that creates a wedge. It creates a separation there. But, I feel like that's what happened. You may have found out that, almost like Aladdin was pretending to be the prince kind of thing. And then you find out that basically this person was lying to you in some kind of way by wearing some kind of disguise or mask, putting on a pretense for you. And it's like you would have loved them, and you did love them for who they truly were anyway. You just needed them to be their true self, because it was the mask that was creating a lot of separation and a wedge between you both. Again, I feel like in many cases that's mirrored, wearing masks, trying to impress the other person, not feeling good enough within yourselves. Rebel, losing my mind. So rebel. This person may have tried to rebel against you or rebel against the connection, because Queen of Wands is a very nurturing energy, very strong character. And this connection I'm picking up was very strong, very magnetic. It was kind of pulling this person into feeling all over the place emotionally, because it was pulling them out of their comfort zone. It was making them look in the mirror, which they were trying to avoid, right? Basically running from themselves. So this person tried to rebel against you. They may have tried to push you away, push the connection away. This may be what led to a tower moment. Fear got the better of them, kind of thing, and caused them to take some actions which were very hurtful, and they're embarrassed about those actions. Losing my mind. They want you to know that they are losing their mind over this, that they are really down about it. They're obsessing about it. I feel like they don't know what to do with these feelings, because like I said, they're not ready for this love, this connection at this time. They're not ready to be their true self. I feel like they don't know how to love themselves or feel worthy, and so they're losing their mind because they're like, what do I do with all these feelings? What do I do with this longing? You know, they don't know how to process that, how to handle that when, you know, they're not in the place, and you may not be in the place either for things to work out at this time. So it's like, how to handle those emotions of really, really, really wanting to be together, but feeling like you can't be. Depressed, yeah. So many cards about depression. One final message. Yeah, sexual fantasies. So yeah, they see you as kind of like this flirty or extremely attractive Queen of Wands. They have all these desires. They always wanted this possibility to be lovers with you, as well as, you know, everything else. And it's almost like they can't handle feeling as though that may not be a possibility anymore, or they feel like they miss that possibility, or they're just having such fantasies and longing for you to be together in that sexual way that it's making them lose their mind. And I feel like you may be feeling this way right now as well, like you're picking up on this person's emotions, they're picking up on your emotions, and it's like heightening it all as well. I feel like this is why this person ran away in the past. Like they just couldn't handle this intensity of how this connection and this longing was like consuming them, but the fear was consuming them as well. So they may have just run away because they needed to seek sanctuary or seek, you know, peace of mind through kind of distracting themselves from it for a while. So if you are really, really wanting to manifest a balanced, happy relationship that's really healthy, where the person's truly there for you, emotionally available, then I really recommend my meditation, You Deserve Great Love. And in that meditation, I really help you to understand why we sometimes attract emotionally unavailable situationships that never seem to go anywhere, or we attract people that seem to use or abuse us, kind of thing. I really help you to understand why that's happening and how to get out of that pattern in your life, how to really love yourself, know your worth, know that you deserve the best, and really become that self-love vibration, that vibration of love that attracts it back to you on the outside. Because whatever vibration we are on the inside is what we attract on the outside. And so You Deserve Great Love, the meditation can really help you. You know, it may help you to align in reunion with this person if this is for your highest good, you know, if this is part of your soul contract. But if it's not for in your soul contract to be with this person, it can really help you align with the person who is going to be right for you, the person that is going to be emotionally available. So I really help you to become really available yourself to receiving that kind of love, that kind of relationship. So again, that is called You Deserve Great Love, and all the details for that are below this video in the description box, so please check that out. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. At this time, I do release them, well, I try to release them every other day, and so please subscribe, and I'll move on to the next set of cards. So this is set of cards number 2, and you've chosen the pink cherry quartz crystal and the rose key card. So what is this person dying to tell you, but for whatever reason they feel like they cannot tell you, or they're too intimidated, or they're just not in the right place to be able to express what they really want you to know. So we're going to look into the tarot. We have the Incidental Tarot, the Oceanic Tarot, the Gypsy Oracle cards, our Eternal Love cards with the channeled messages on, and then we're going to be looking into these messages in the bag as well. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Oceanic Tarot. What are they dying to tell you? What do they really want you to know? So we have the Queen of the Ocean, which is the Empress, and it's called Abundance. The High Priest, Wisdom. The Hanged Man, Limbo. The Five of Swords, Conflict. The Six of Cups, Reflection. So clarifying the Empress or Abundance, you have the Messenger. Clarifying the High Priest or Wisdom, you have the Arrow King, which is the King of Swords, and the arrow, you know, it's like the Messenger card as well. They look quite similar. Clarifying the Hanged Man or Limbo is the Nine of Arrows, which is the Nine of Wands. Clarifying the Five of Swords or Conflict is the Archer. So there's 3 cards here that are quite similar. The Archer, the Messenger, the Arrow King. You know, someone is, you know, this person is definitely, their target is focused on you. So the Six of Cups or Reflection is clarified by the Oak Queen or the Queen of Pentacles. So from the Gypsy Oracle cards we have Hope, Priest, which is really interesting because there's the High Priest there as well. Faithfulness, Waiting, and Gift. So from our Eternal Love cards we have You Make Me Feel Absolutely Incredible. You and I are like a ball of wool. You're one end of the string and I the other, but we're a tangled mess. I'm so grateful for all that I've learned from you and our connection. Thank you. I feel envious of everyone who is close to you. I want to be by your side too. Okay. So what does this person really, really want you to know? They want you to know that they feel so much abundance. When they're with you, when they think of you, they see that they could be completely fulfilled within your connection. They see you as this, the Empress card. Like, when they're with you, all sorts of doors of opportunity, doors of happiness open up to them. there's so much more that they experience in their life, you know. It could be spiritually, because we have the High Priest and the Priest card here with the King of Swords. So you may help this person to open up to their divine wisdom or to divinity. They feel as though you connect them to the divine, connect them to your soul family. They feel closer to God, you know, whatever you want to call it. I'm so grateful for all that I have learned from you and our connection. Thank you. So they really have experienced an intense awakening since meeting you, and they're very thankful. They're very grateful for that. They want you to know that, well, I really feel as though they are dying to communicate to you. The messenger, the Arrow King, which is the King of Swords, that's all about being open, honest, upfront, clear about what they're thinking, what they're feeling, being authentic. The Archer, like I said, they've got their eye on you. You're the target. 9 of Arrows. And Limbo. So there has been a pause within your connection, not just because of lockdown, but with this 9 of Wands, it's like defensiveness. There's conflict here as well. So you may have gone through conflict with this person. They were either kind of like the King of Swords, and, you know, this can be someone that's very direct with their words, to the point of maybe it came across as very blunt. They may have some difficulties in being tactful or something like that. Or it could be the repressed version of the King of Swords, where they've been afraid to express their emotions at all, and they've got like this poker face. They come across as very cold, but deep down they have a lot of depth to them. This could be someone that's very philosophical, I'm feeling. And they really want you to know their feelings for you. There's the 6 of Cups, which is the Soulmate card. They feel that you are their soulmate. They want to be faithful to you. They see you as a gift. They want to come forward with a gift. They may know that you're waiting for them to reach out, because this is the waiting card, and it shows a lady waiting on the balcony. So it could be that there's a physical distance between you right now with lockdown, but you may live in different countries as well. This always reminds me of the 2 of Wands card. There may literally be like an ocean between you. They want a passionate new beginning. But yeah, there's something in the way right now. Limbo, the Hanged Man. It literally could be locked down. But I feel like it's more than that, because I feel like this energy has been going on for a while. This defensiveness, this person, they may have been hurt a lot in the past. And that's why they have these arrows. It's like a weapon to like defend themselves with. So that, yeah, there may be conflicts between you, and the reason why there may be a limbo right now is because you're triggering each other a lot. They want you to know that they want things to work out. They want to give you this gift. Could be something to do with money as well, because there is the Queen of Pentacles, and gift with all this treasure is below it. But, you know, this is saying that they see you as a gift in their life. They do say thank you here in this message. They see you as this treasure. They see you as very unique, very beautiful, in terms of you really connect them to the divine. But this person may go through confusion at times if there is a lot of conflict. This person may push you away, or they may feel pushed away. You know, it could be either way around. They may be feeling pushed away by you. It could be a mirror, like you may both have been wounded in the past and both have your hearts kind of guarded. The Archer. You know, when you do archery, the target is a long way away. So again, this could be a distance, someone communicating to you from afar, or they're really thinking about doing that. They know that you're waiting, but they want you to know that their heart is like faithful to you. The love that they feel, that they feel this way about no other, especially with the Six of Cups. They've been doing a lot of inner reflection. They want you to know that they see clearly now, whereas before they may not have been able to see because they may have had an inner conflict going on because of their defenses. Their fears were clouding their judgment. Because in this Hope card, it's like the person's chained with a blindfold on, but now this person is beginning to peek just below the blindfold. So they're seeing the light, especially with the priest and the high priest, wisdom. They've learnt a lot from conflicts. I feel like the conflict or the triggering is bringing up a lot of past wounds or childhood wounds to the surface. And that's when we reach more clarity, more awakening once we process these wounds. But yeah, this person definitely wants to reach out. But, you know, in the middle, there is this limbo. You make me feel absolutely incredible. Again, I feel like no one else has ever made them feel that way, that good about themselves. But there's a lot of complications for some reason. You and I are like a ball of wool. You're one end of the string and I the other, but we're a tangled mess. So this person wants harmony, they want peace, but there's so much complications. I feel like this person has felt very burnt out, like mentally, emotionally, from this connection, and that is why they're in limbo as well. They need this time to reflect. So there was a conflict. It's clarified by the Archer. So this person, I feel like they want to come forward with an explanation or an apology, and it's almost like you're waiting for that. But yeah, they're definitely seeing you as their soulmate. You as the Queen of Pentacles. You're this very grounded energy that's helping ground them. You know, this may be someone that gets too caught up in their head. They overthink things. They may be overly like reactive or something like that. Overly defensive. But you're this like strong grounding force. And that's what they need. Maybe you're kind of opposites in certain ways, but you're complementary. You balance each other out. But, you know, it may bring up a lot of conflict, like initially, but then you reach a compromise, or this person wants to reach compromise. And it's helping you both grow in certain ways. And they are grateful for what they've learned, the wisdom they've gained from these experiences. But this person, they are envious of everyone who is close to you because they want to be by your side too. So this person may be a little bit possessive. They may be like insecure because there's all these arrows. It's like you're the target. They're very focused on you. They may like have jealousy tendencies. It may have caused some of them to play mind games to try and make you jealous or something like that. So let's look into these messages here. What do they really want you to know? Obsessed, yeah. I feel like this person has become obsessed with you. And that's clouded their judgment in many ways, because when we form like such a deep attachment, then we have a fear, like a really deep fear of losing what we are attached to. So this person is so afraid of losing you that they may have a controlling kind of energy. Or they're just obsessing about you from afar. If they're the type of person that really struggles to express their emotions and they have a poker face on, it's like deep down there, they're obsessing about you. What else can we find out? Controlled. Wow. Didn't I just say this person could be controlling? I feel like maybe this person has been controlled in their own life, so now they've adopted this defensive pose of being controlling. They may be trying to control the connection, maybe possessive if they're envious of other people close to you. This may have created clashes or conflict. You may have tried to make them see sense if you're this like kind of grounding energy. Infinite bond. So you could be twin flames. Yeah, and this is over the faithfulness. So this person, their love for you is strong. It always has been. It always will be. It's not going anywhere. The bond, yeah. And this is what I often call twin flames. You and I are like a ball of wool. You're one end of the string and I the other, but we're a tangled mess. That represents all the karma, all the lessons, everything you both agree to trigger up within each other and learn and heal and grow from. So that this person, they may have had doubts in the past because of all the conflict. There may have been too much in their head, but they want you to know right now that they see things more clearly now. They've had time and space to realize that you do have an infinite bond, that you are soulmates, and that this triggering is happening for a good reason. You know, obviously, I never advocate abuse. Feel safer in situationship. So this person's kept you waiting. They've had their defenses up. They're in limbo because they have felt safer being guarded. And they felt safer in kind of controlling the speed of how this goes. This may be someone where they're afraid to fully come forward and yet they don't want you to move on. So they may be trying to kind of manipulate your actions through what they're saying, but they don't want you to move on, and yet they're not fully ready to be with you. So they're kind of trying to keep you in this situationship, this limbo where you're not together but you're not moving on. So one final message. Oops. I need you. Yeah. So they're afraid of losing you is what I'm feeling. They feel like they need you. But, you know, this person, they may not be being fair to you. If they are trying to keep things in a limbo, they're trying to keep you there, where they know where you are, where you're still in their life. But then, you know, that could potentially be holding you back if they're not coming forward. So if you would really like to manifest a happy, healthy relationship with someone who is fully there for you, fully emotionally available, and ready to invest and wanting like a commitment, wanting a relationship like you're wanting, then I really recommend my meditation, which is called You Deserve Great Love. And in that meditation, I really help you to understand why we sometimes attract this pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable people or situationships that never seem to get off the ground, or this limbo kind of energy where you know that the person has deep feelings for you, but then they're not taking action on it. They're not moving things forward, but then they're not fully like moving on either. I really help you to understand why we attract that kind of energy and that pattern in our relationships. I really help you to raise your vibration, know your worth, know that you deserve the best, to look into how, you know, it's often a reflection of our own emotional unavailability. So I really help you to truly be ready to receive love, really receive what you deserve. So the You Deserve Great Love meditation, it can help you possibly to heal this connection if this is part of your soul contract to be with this person. But if it's not, if you're destined to be with someone else, the meditation can really help you get into that vibration where the right person will come in. You know, if you're struggling to get over this person, doing the meditation can really raise your vibration so that you no longer resonate with this person, and it will attract your true soulmate or the person that is for your highest good to come into your life. So again, that is called You Deserve Great Love, and all the details for that meditation are below this video in the description box, so please check that out. And also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me to continue growing my channel. If you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications. That will notify you every time I release a new reading. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to the next set of cards. So welcome to set of cards number 3. You've chosen the beautiful Amber. So what is this person dying to tell you? What do they really want you to know, but for whatever reason they feel as though they cannot tell you at this time? So you have the Tarot del Fuego, the Oceanic Tarot, the Gypsy Oracle cards, the Our Eternal Love cards with the channeled messages, and then we're going to be looking into these messages as well. So what does this person really want you to know? So there's the Moon, illusion. The Page of Cups, or imagination in reverse. There's the King of Cups, understanding. There's the High Priestess, intuition. The Six of Swords, calm. Okay, so clarifying the Moon, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Clarifying the Page of Cups, or imagination in reverse, we have the Ten of Wands. Clarifying the King of Cups, or understanding, we have the Six of Cups. Clarifying the High Priestess, or intuition, we have the Six of Pentacles. And clarifying the Six of Swords, or calm, we have the Knight of Cups. So from the Gypsy Oracle cards, we have Room, Joyfulness, Thief, Service, and Letter. From the Our Eternal Love cards, we have I was holding on too tight and it was too painful. There's so much I want to express to you, but when it comes down to it, I always back out. It felt safer to live in a daydream. I was scared of getting hurt. There's too much water under the bridge. I don't know how we could ever come back from that. Okay, so what does this person really want you to know? Well, it felt safer to live in a daydream. I was scared of getting hurt. And we start off with the illusion and the Page of Cups in reverse, or imagination in reverse. So this person, they want you to know that they subconsciously felt really afraid of getting hurt. They felt very afraid of being open and vulnerable and having someone so close to their own energy that could see like the real them. I feel like this person, they want you to know that they had kind of low self-esteem. And so through your connection, they felt a lot of intensity. They felt a lot of love, a lot of healing energy. They felt deep kinship with you, a lot of resonance with each other. Could be twin flame, soulmate, deep, intense connection. But because they had low self-esteem, it's almost like they could live out the fantasy version of themselves through your connection. And so they want you to know that the reason why they were afraid to truly get close to you in the past was because it would shatter that illusion. It's almost like they loved playing that role. I feel like, you know, they weren't completely playing a role, but there was definitely an aspect of them playing this fantasy version of themselves and playing that out in front of your eyes. And that made them feel good because they didn't really feel good within themselves. They didn't feel special. They didn't feel unique. They didn't feel powerful. But within your connection, they felt like they could play some kind of role in a way, and it made them feel so good about themselves, even if it wasn't fully like true. They could kind of live out how they wished they were, or how they wanted to feel about themselves in your eyes. So, you know, that the ego may have got a bit too kind of involved in that situation, and things may have got out of hand in terms of the connection became more and more ungrounded, may have been holding on too tight to this identification with this fantasy version of themselves. And it's almost like they knew that you kind of saw them in that way, and that made them feel so good. But you could also see the real them. And that was good as well, because it made them feel like really understood. But yeah, there was a deep attachment to this projected version of themselves. They wanted to be like the best version of themselves. They wanted to feel strong. They wanted to feel confident. They wanted you to see them as like attractive. And so this role or this mask that they were playing or wearing, it created a lot of illusion. There was a fear of, you know, this person, they want you to know that they really wanted to be with you. The love that they feel for you is real and it's extremely deep. But it's almost like they were worried that if you got too close, then you would see the real them and you would see that they feel insecure, they don't feel strong, they don't feel special, they don't feel like they've got much going for them in certain ways. You know, you'd see their insecurities, but they were so like attached to you seeing them in this role that they were playing, that was making them feel like $1 million in a way. It was like helping them to heal a lot of their wounds. You know, this person may be someone that didn't feel like special in their life, or, you know, it could be someone, not necessarily, but it could be someone that was shy, especially in childhood or something like that, or someone that didn't feel, well, they felt invisible in life. It's like they were so, they felt so overwhelmed, because this person may be an empath, so they felt so overwhelmed in their life when it came to being their true self. So from a young age, they learnt to hold themselves back, or try and be invisible to people around them, try and go unnoticed, unseen, because they couldn't handle like the energies of being around people that for the most part were like asleep in life, so that these people around them couldn't really support them. So they learnt from a young age to hide themselves away behind masks, behind walls, or trying to be invisible. But when they met you, you really took notice of them. You looked up to them. You put them on a pedestal. You made them feel special. You made them feel seen. You made them feel loved. And they were worried that if they came close to you, they would have to get rid of that mask that they were playing up to get all that validation from you, all that approval, all that love, all that attention. But at the same time, they deeply loved you. They loved how you made them feel about themselves, but very much scared that, and this was like on a subconscious level for a long time, but I feel with this King of Cups and understanding, they really want you to know that they understand this now. Like they've had a lot of time and distance to really have self-reflection. And, you know, this is the High Priestess, the intuition card, and there's an infinity symbol here. They realized that, you know, they may have felt like you were the one wearing the mask. They may have felt like you were the one that was not letting them get close, because your mirror's here. So everything I'm saying about this person, for some of you, it was mirrored. Especially, you know, if you feel like this person's your twin flame, there may have become this attachment to like the twin flame. I don't want to call it a theory because it's real, but, you know, when we first discover about twin flames and we feel like we've met our twin flame, we can really, sometimes the ego can get a little bit attached, and we can feel like we're extra special because we know our twin flame, we've met our twin flame, or something like that. There can be a lot of like fantasy. You know, initially we can project a lot of our childhood wounds subconsciously into these types of connections. We can be like, you know, again, this is subconscious. We can believe that, oh, the universe has brought me my twin flame because I'm extra special. And, you know, everything where we didn't feel special when we were a kid, it's like we can subconsciously project into this connection and be like, oh, I am lovable, I am special, I am amazing because I have this amazing, deep, profound connection. I'm really connected to the divine. I'm really awakened now. And you can kind of get like really, really attached to that. And this person, you know, they felt like if things became more grounded between you, if things became more real, more of like, I was going to say like a bog standard, but, you know, That sounds like really insulting. But what I'm basically trying to say is, if this connection became more of a, what's the word? Traditional kind of relationship where you're partners, you live together, you get married, you have children, you sit and watch TV together, you know. If it became more of that, there was this subconscious fear that this person would have to let go of this attachment to the fantastical kind of projections that they projected into it, you know. This, in a way, this connection was a form of escapism. It was like their gateway to feel like really amazing, feel like they had a meaning in their life, feel like they had a purpose. There was this fear that they would kind of lose that if things became more real, more grounded. May have been this fear that things would become more like a traditional relationship and therefore it wouldn't feel as special or something like that. There's a fear of losing that identification with almost like the overly projected fantasy version. But, you know, I'm not saying it was a fantasy entirely. I'm not saying that the profoundness, the deep meaning, the divineness of this wasn't real, because it totally was. But I definitely feel like this is a twin flame connection, because when you initially met, it's like it really pushed you into your divine selves, your soul selves from these other dimensions. And so it became a lot of this focus, or a lot of this connection, was not on like a 3D day-to-day basis kind of thing. It was connecting on such a higher level that it became, and this is a natural part of this process, you know, you connect on these higher vibrations. But what I'm feeling is like there became too much of an attachment to the higher dimensions, the higher dimensional aspect of this connection, and just a subconscious fear that that would kind of have to be lost or sacrificed if you were to come together in more of a traditional kind of relationship. Very much living through like fantasies and daydreams in order to live out some repressed parts of self. And maybe subconsciously a part of that person and even yourself knew that it was partly a projection. So the illusion, the moon, clarified by the 7 of Wands in reverse. So 7 of Wands is like trying to stand your ground. It's like trying not to be knocked off your feet. This person, they want you to know that they felt safer when this was in like the imagination realm, or was in the higher realms. Like they could always feel connected to it. They could always feel like, oh, it will happen in the future. You know, they could always hold on to that, you know, this hope that it's always going to be there. It's always going to happen in the future. If things became more real, there's a possibility that these dreams, these illusions could be shattered, or the daydreams. You know, this person would very much living their life a lot of the time through their thoughts rather than what was happening day to day. And like I said, just living for that higher dimensional connection, how you were communicating in the higher dimensions. So this person, they were pushing away like the possibility of things becoming more grounded, yet at the same time they desperately like loved you, really wanted to be with you. But it's like, if things became more real, you know, maybe certain ideas would be shattered, and this person would think, oh, I'm not as special as I thought I was, or I'm not special, or they don't think I'm as special as they once did, or something like that. But now there's this understanding, you know, there may have been like a separation between you where you both saw things more clearly. They want you to know that they realize now how they were pushing you away, or they realize the subconscious reasons why they were pushing you away. But it's also clarified by room. So this is saying that they have this desire right now to become close to you, because the room is like about intimacy, you know, this private space where you can commune with each other, communicate. This person wants this closeness, this intimacy with you. Imagination, or the Page of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it was like imagination. It kind of became out of hand in a way, you know, playing out the fantasy version of self, not wanting to give up that version of self, or risk losing that if things became more grounded. So 10 of Wands. They want you to know that it became a burden on their shoulders, holding this fantasy version. Because like I said, a lot of ego became attached to that. The ego's like looks outside of self for validation, approval, love, rather than, you know, relying on self to find the self-love, the self-esteem. And so it became too much of a burden on the soul to keep relying on external validation. The soul was really needing to find the self-love, and it's almost like a tower moment had to happen, a separation had to happen in order for you to give up that like codependency or being overly attached, so that you could find that self-love within. This person, they want you to know that they feel very joyful about these realizations, because, you know, it was actually, you know, looking outside of self for validation and living out this fantasy version of self, which was a mask. There's this realization within this person that they know now that that was actually keeping you apart, because it was time to break down like the ego attachment to everything and really find the true self-esteem within. So King of Cups, deep understanding. This person, they want you to know that they have forgiveness for you. They forgive themselves. They have this heart awakening now. They realize the part that, or the role that they played in causing a separation, but then they have this understanding that this was a very important phase of your connection, and it had to play out that way because it was like processing like the childhood wounds, and it was actually helping to heal the wounds, feeling that good about themselves and actually playing out the fantasy version of themselves. It's like a part of them that was so repressed got this form of expression, and that was very healing, and it has helped this person with their confidence overall. 6 of Cups, there's this understanding that they understand that you're soulmates. This is the Soulmates Reconciliation card. Interesting, there's these chicks that are being born. So, you know, this was a process of awakening, of rebirth. This person wants you to know that whatever pain happened during a tower moment, if there was a lot of abandonment wounds or rejection wounds, because suddenly that illusion was shattered in many ways, They want you to know that they understand why that had to happen, to let go of this heavy burden. You know, when you're wearing a mask, it does become a heavy burden because you're not being your true self. So you're continually having to play that role, and it's not truly like fully authentic with the soul. And so it becomes a heavy burden on the soul, because the soul is always wanting to become more and more of its true self. So thief. This is saying that this person was afraid that they wouldn't be good enough if they were fully their true self. Like this love would be stolen from them, or this love would be taken away from them. And so they felt more comfortable connecting in this way, where there was always like a possibility of the future, or you always felt connected like telepathically, or in the higher dimensions there was always this oneness. In that dimension there was no possibility of rejection or breaking up or losing this person, being abandoned. You know, as long as you could continue living in the higher dimensions, you always felt that connection. There was no risk of things falling apart, things being taken away from you. So High Priestess, yeah, there's a deep realization. This person has a lot of love and understanding. Six of Pentacles and service. So this is the energy of someone being very generous, very giving. And it's like this High Priestess energy. Wisely, being wise when it comes to giving love. So this person wants to return and give you a lot of love, give you a lot of understanding, a lot of empathy to help you with your healing. But, you know, the Six of Pentacles can also be, it can also show like the person who's wealthy, giving to one person but maybe not to another. So this person, they have this realization that at times they may not be giving to you. They may be focusing on other people or focusing on other areas in their life because they know that you have to grow on your own. They know that there was too much dependency going on. And so, you know, if they continue to feed that dependency, it doesn't allow for growth on your own. So that could be either way around, or I feel it's a reflection on both sides. So sometimes this person is going to want to reach out and express their feelings, give you love, be really open with you, very understanding, give you their heart. But then at other times it may feel as though they're completely cold, withdrawn, they're focusing on other people, they're giving their time and attention to other people. But it's because they know that they can't like be the enabler, or they can't be this person that's just allowing the other person to become too dependent. They know the other person has to grow on their own. But like I said, at other times they want to be of service to this person. They want to express their love, because there's the Knight of Cups here. And this is the Six of Swords, and it's called calm. So this is moving out of adversity, moving out of difficulties into a calmer, brighter future. This person, I feel they have found much more inner peace because they have this realization that they were so codependent and it felt like a life or death situation in the past if the other person continued to validate them or not. And if, you know, if the other person took away their attention from them, they knew it was like their higher self was still serving them. You know, it's serving them by forcing them to have space to find that self-love within. So yeah, this person wants a healing of the connection. Knight of Cups, they feel this deep love and passion, and letter, it's saying they want to reach out. They want to communicate this love. They want to communicate this understanding. They want to communicate this healing that they feel with you. I was holding on too tight and it was too painful. So that was the soul, you know, the soul knew that it was becoming a heavy burden on this person's shoulders to keep wearing this mask and keep living in this life or death situation, like was so worried that the other person was going to abandon them. They needed a tower moment to force them to find that independence, that self-love, and knowing that the other person outside of themselves does not determine how worthy they are or not, you know. It's all about how we see ourselves, what we believe about ourselves. So it became too painful to hold on. There needed to be a time away just to kind of get away from feelings of heartbreak or fear of heartbreak or obsessing, you know, becoming so attached or longing so much for this union. It all became too much. So, you know, if they walked away, it wasn't because they didn't love you, it was because they needed to process things on their own. They needed to learn things on their own. They needed to awaken on their own, and they needed to give you space to do the same things. There's so much I want to express to you, but when it comes down to it, I always back out. So there may be some pride here. There may be some fear about like directly communicating their truth because they are afraid that rejection. It's almost like if you don't, you know, if you don't like reach out, then you're not going to be rejected, are you? You can kind of keep living in this higher dimension kind of connection because there's no possibility of abandonment in those higher dimensions or in the imagination realm. So fears of being totally true and honest, but also it's because I feel like they know that you're not fully ready to be like your true self because of the fears either. It felt safer to live in a daydream. I was scared of getting hurt. Yeah. There's too much water under the bridge. I don't know how we could ever come back from that. So yeah, a lot of pain may have happened. You know, you may have had like major fears of abandonment or rejection, and you're spending all this time dancing around that, trying to avoid that, doing everything in your power to continue feeling validated, approved of, loved, you know, whether that meant like holding on to things more in a higher dimensional kind of way rather than risking rejection if you directly ask for something from them or say something to them and you don't get a response, or you get some kind of response that you don't want, coming, you know, shattering your illusions or coming crashing down to earth kind of thing. But something may have happened where you did come crashing down in many ways for all the reasons I mentioned, and this person may be thinking that they don't know if things could ever fully like work out in a romantic way because of everything that's happened in the past. But the love is very real. The love is very intense. The love is going nowhere. This person knows that you're always going to have this infinite bond, that you are always connected on these multi-dimensional levels. And yeah, the love is very intense and they want to express that to you now. But yeah, at times they may not express it as much as they did in the past because there's still this need for allowing the other person space and time to grow as well. Yeah, karmic contract. So there was a lot of things to heal. Whatever's happened, it was to help you get more intimate with your true self, see yourself much more clearly, know your worth, have that self-love, rebel. So yeah, this person, deep down, they were kind of self-sabotaging the connection. They were doing things that would make you feel fearful of abandonment, or they were being overly intense. They could have been chasing you really hard, and that triggering your fear, or they could have been running, which triggered your fear. And it was like subconsciously sabotaging because of a fear of, like I said, things becoming too real, and then like this safety net, this comfort zone of this divine, amazing connection on all these higher dimensions, you know, living the connection through the higher dimensions, the 5D, a lot of people say. Living through that was just so much more comfortable. And, you know, you're not going to be rejected in the 5D. So subconsciously rebelling when there was any possibility of things becoming more real, or just acting in ways that would keep subconsciously pushing that away, you know, keeping that dangerous like possibility of reaching out and then your hand being slapped kind of thing. Preventing that from happening, trying to prevent the rejection. Dreams. So yeah, you may be connecting a lot in dreams. Again, dreams, daydreaming, the higher realms. This person is dreaming a lot about you. Literally in their dreams, but figuratively as well. Make you jealous. So that may be one of the ways in which they may have tried to keep you attached by kind of pushing your buttons, your jealousy buttons sometimes, seeing what your reaction is. Or if they felt like you're getting too close, they may have like shown some pictures or something of them with someone else, or they may have got into another relationship and yet they were still talking to you with this letter. Make you jealous. It's almost like they wanted to feel like this powerful, attractive person that could have anyone. And they were kind of showing you that, how attracted they were to other people, because they felt like that would make them appear more powerful in your eyes and more attractive. So one final message. Life or death. That's exactly what I was saying. Where was that one? There's so much I want to express to you, but when it comes down to it, I always back out because it feels like a life or death. When you reach out, you're risking rejection. So this person may still be communicating to you indirectly, or they're not communicating to you at all. So if you really want to become a vibrational match to attracting someone who's truly there for you, where the relationship really gets off the ground and the person isn't afraid to express their emotions to you and you're not afraid to express your emotions to them, then I really recommend my meditation, which is called You Deserve Great Love. And in that meditation, I really help you to understand why we can sometimes get caught up in a pattern of attracting people who are emotionally unavailable or are afraid of love, who are guarded, all things like that. I help us to see how often it is a mirror of our own fears as well. So I help you to raise out of that vibration, heal those blocks, those wounds, really know your self-worth, and then you become that energy of self-love knowing that you deserve the best, and you know, whatever energy we are within is what we attract on the outside. So it will really help you attract a healthy relationship. So it could really help to heal this connection with this specific person for some of you, if it is part of your soul contract to be with this person. But if not, it will get you into the right vibration to help you attract the person who is destined for you, the person who is right for you and can like really be there for you on all levels, kind of thing. So that is called You Deserve Great Love meditation, and all the details for that are below this video in the description box, so please check that out. And also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.